Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Orion Light Language transmission. And today is quite a special one because I never, ever spoken Orion language on a public live. And for those of you who have heard me in maybe more private settings speaking Orion, you know that the language of Orion beings is not your usual language. And this is one of the reasons why many Orion starseeds doubt themselves when the light language activates, because it doesn't sound like a melodic Lyran or Lemurian. For those of you who have missed my previous couple of days of transmissions, go ahead and check the Lemurian, Syrian, Pleiadian. They all sound a bit more like human languages. Orion light language is nothing like a human language. This is because the Orion beings are very different than us. With the respiratory system, with the digestive system, they just build differently. And when the energy comes in, is super high frequency, is super, super potent, and is so strong and so quick that it literally takes your breath away as you speak in a language, as you will witness in just a few moments. However, what I want to speak to you about before I start the Orion light language transmission is something super important. And it's about us putting our human lenses aside when it comes to light language. Because when we even think about light language as a language, that is what really makes its limitations, because we think about language as a tool for communicating. And light language is really not just communication. Light language is powerful energy work and energy upgrades. And my message throughout all these transmissions that I'm doing for the next week or so on the run up to the light language course is actually what you can do with light language. Because if we just put it in a box of a language, we just think, oh, it's just another party trick. I speak an extraterrestrial language. However, this misses the whole point of what this language can do for your life. And with Orion light language specifically, there's some absolutely powerful DNA upgrades that are available when we use this language. Orions mastered their own DNA, whereby they are at a stage now where they're literally happy with their physical evolution and they don't even need any more. They don't have diseases. They live a relatively good lifespan or whatever they deem is acceptable for them. And we haven't got all of that. Our carbon-based DNA is not even anywhere near it. We only just started to double into genetics in the last couple of decades. But there's so much more to it. And Orion language literally works on the frequency of our bodies. And this is my entire point throughout these transmissions. Light language is not what is just a sound. It's not just something cool. It's not just a party trick. You can utilize it as a very, very powerful tool when you have precision, when you have understanding, and when you co-create with various beings of light that this language or this energy comes from. So I hope that this is something that you are interested in, exploring this modality more. And if you are, I invite you to a free quantum technology class where I'm going to be teaching you how to download and transmit light codes apart from obviously transmitting them myself. We'll be working with Lyran, Arcturian and Lemurian energies at that class. It's completely free. It takes place on Thursday. If you haven't signed up, bit.ly Galactic Sound, or you can go on Linktree, both on my Facebook profile and TikTok profile. Just click on the link and you will find it. Or reach out and my team will send it to you. So if you want to go behind the scenes and actually get a piece of action yourself. Because, guys, you can be tuning in to these light language transmissions and just soaking it all in. But, that's not the point, really. I'm here to serve. And by all means, I'm happy to do light language transmission. I'll be doing it for the next week or so. But what beyond? Light language is a potent tool to raise your own vibrancy and vibration frequency. And yes, by all means, you can just, put on YouTube someone else's light language. You don't even know what energy and frequency you're going to be exposing yourself to. That's another thing. Because when you are getting someone else's transmission, it may be sent to you with good intentions and with light. But, having worked as a light language practitioner and teacher and activator, I've had people send me frequency samples of light language, which wasn't of the light. And this is one of the reasons that I want to raise awareness of this modality, because it can be beautiful. But if people are not aware of what frequencies they channel, it can also be harmful. And it can also not be, we call it light language, but it's not always have to be language of the light. I can channel reptilian if I put my mind to it. I've got the ability. I have experienced that language before. I can channel Anunnaki. I can channel draconian language. But what good will that serve you? And as I said, I have received samples, not from my students. I've actually limited feedback, personal feedback on what language people channel, because I can distinguish between them all. I limited it to my students within the light language courses and within the quantum club, because I was sent some really horrible frequencies by various people, and I don't want to expose myself to it. But horrible doesn't mean weak. Horrible can be very potent. So my point is, get a piece of action yourself, raise your awareness, and activate your own light language. Co-create with your own soul family, with your own star family, because by all means, you can be turning up to transmissions like that, just soaking it all in. And by the way, it's very nice. I like that too. Sometimes I want to take a break and just receive from someone else. And this is good. But in the new earth, I want us to create patterns of independence, patterns of confidence and of trust, and not codependency. So I want to give you the rod so you can fish for your own fish, rather than just providing you with fish all the time. Okay, there's another activation, because when you learn the precision understanding of consciousness technology that is in the light language, then it's not going to be like, okay, well, what's on offer? Oh, this person offers abundance codes. Oh, and maybe there is some alignment frequency. You will download exactly what you need for your own life. Is it expression you need? Is it, support that you need? Is it financial blockages that you've got? Whatever it is, you can go for the right frequency and you can utilize it as a tool for yourself, but also for your clients. That is another point. If you already speak light language, or if you're a coach, if you're a healer, if you learn to use it with precision, it's not just going to be a case where your client comes to you and feels like, oh my goodness me, this was amazing. I felt so blissful. That is like a massage. It feels blissful at the moment and it's great. But what we want to create is we want to create lasting results. We want to create shifts. And we want to create amazing frequency for ourselves and for our clients. We want to keep our vibration high. So yes, by all means, I am here to be channeling light language for you for the next few days. But my desire is to activate your own, and also to teach people who even have the light language active how to use this beautiful, very, very, very powerful modality to its full potential. I've got a few questions here on TikTok. What class is this? So I'm having a class on quantum technology, galactic technology, or so-called light codes, which, by the way, are not a rays of sunshine. Light codes are energetic upgrades that are really, really potent in shifting blocks, limitations, and anything in any area of your life. So if you're interested in it, on TikTok, jump to my link tree after this transmission, sign up. It's a free class. It takes place on Thursday. If you can't make it live, we're going to send you a replay, which will be available in a limited time. But if you can make it live, you experience an amazing activation yourself. And before we go to the transmission, I've got another question. Don't worry, the Orion transmission will be super brief but super potent, so we've got time. Sierra Nicole, how can we prevent negative psychic attacks? That's a whole big subject. I don't think we can prevent psychic attacks. We can defend them. We can shield ourselves. And again, if you're interested in this area, there is a free class again on my link tree on psychic attacks right at the bottom. It's not a very sexy subject. It's not something that people want to talk about, but that happens. And most often than not, the psychic attacks, they don't even happen from negative entities or from bad people. They happen from very often people who are disguising as light. And most of my experience with psychic attacks, and goodness me, being exposed like I am, channeling light frequency, teaching other people how to kind of use the light language and use the light. Trust me, I have experienced a fair share of psychic attacks, and even very recently, literally the last one was a couple of weeks ago. So there is a method of defending it. You can't stop it. People, if they, it's like, how can you stop people throwing a tomato on your house? Well, you can't stop them. Maybe you can put a big fence to deter them. But after all, the most important thing is that, the tomato doesn't hit you. So on the subject of psychic attack, go onto my link tree or reach out and I point you to the right materials. But today we're not talking about all this darkness. We want to talk about light. We want to talk about how we can use consciousness technology upgrades to serve us. And today I'm speaking Orion light language, which is the language of DNA upgrades, which is a language that can really help with our physical body, but there is so much more to it. Just catching up on comments before I jump into transmission. Monica says, I use light language but don't know much with it. So there is a perfect opportunity in this free class coming up to find out more about how to use it with precision, how you can transmit consciousness technology, which, by the way, doesn't even have to be done in the form of light language. This class will be more than just light language, but also there is light language library where if you don't know what language you channel, you can tune into and see different samples. My mission is here to bring consciousness into light language, to help people understand more so they can use it with more precision. Because, as we have progressed over the years, over the decades, we are ascending collectively. We are ascending as humanity. And, I'll give you a perfect example. A few years ago, maybe 10, 20 years ago, 5 years ago, it was quite unusual for someone to speak light language. Now there's groups with hundreds of people who speak light language. But then the next step is to understand what you're speaking, to understand what you can do with this light language. That was me for 15 years. I've had this ability for 15 years and had no idea what I can do with it. I was asking myself this question, what's the point in it all? But now, not just that people are activating light languages, but also they're activating multiple light languages. And when I first set out as the galactic linguist, speaking multiple, I don't know people who speak as many as I do, but more and more often in my activations, I activate students who speak many. Years ago, it was unusual. It was more of an exception to the rule. A person would activate one light language, usually from the last galactic lifetime. Now, I've got many, many beautiful students who speak 3, 5, even 9 languages. So that is not unusual. We are ascending. But as we are discovering these tools, there comes time for precision. And this is my entire point, is precision. So if you want to learn precision, come to the free class. It will really, really, really help you with that. Nalani asks how to start my journey. Well, Nalani, what is your destination? That's my question for you. What is your destination? This is what you need to decide. And once you know what the destination is, then we can design a path where it could get you to this way. I can see there's a lot of questions. Drew from says baby steps take one from Western Australia. I used to live in Western Australia for a couple of years. Beautiful place. None, yes. Women are striking July the 5th from work and everything to shut down the economy. Join if you can. Well, I am not going to join any strikes, anything to shut down the economy. Sorry, I'm not getting political here or running any agenda. Whatever you want to do, you can do. I'm here to support people in raising their vibration, whether they decided to work, strike, whether they from this side of political barricade or the other. My responsibility as a spiritual teacher is to show you how you can keep your vibration high, no matter what the role you play, no matter what, whether you are striking, whether you're protesting, whether you've taken a vaccine or whether you haven't, whether you are pro-abortion or anti-abortion, literally, that doesn't matter to me. Whatever you express, whether you are LGBT or whether you are anti whatever transgenderism, does not matter to me. My responsibility and your responsibility is our own vibration. How we express ourselves in the world, our sexual preferences, our life choices. Goodness me, we've taken so many. We've taken so many over the years. We've played all roles. We've been men, women, we've been murderers, we've been victims, we've probably had 3,000, well, maybe not 3,000, but we've had probably a few abortions in our soul history. And maybe we were aborted fetuses. Goodness me, in this lifetime, our responsibility is our vibration. And this is what we are here to do, is to raise vibration. And today, without further ado, without any political kind of this or that, I want you to step into your full potential, express yourself however you want to express yourself, make the life choices however you want to make life choices, be whatever you want to be, choose whatever job you want to choose whatever sexual expression you want to choose, because you are a human. And in this lifetime, you get an opportunity to ascend from this human body, from this human collective, which is full of challenges. And I'm only here to provide tools to help you on this journey. And like the Nalani says, how to start my journey? Well, it is your journey. It is your journey. And we can only support one another on this journey as we all take it together. So without any more questions, without further ado, I want to transmit Orion language to you. And again, a word of warning, this is not a normal language. It will sound very fast. I will sound like something's coming up. It will sound like weird. So please bear that in mind. You can hear me how I speak English. When I start speaking Orion, it will sound mad like Scatman John. Please, all I ask you to do is open your heart, do not judge it with your mind, and receive powerful DNA upgrades that will be in this frequency. It will be a very brief transmission because it's so powerful, it's so laser focused. I don't need to transfer much of that. I'll let it naturally come to an end when it does. I'll probably be taking breaths in between the bouts of language. You just receive with your mind. You just need a sip of water, and here we go. You get yourself comfortable. Awesome. So, what I want you to do today, particularly, is to ground yourself. Put your feet on the ground. Put your bottom on the ground and feel that connection with the earth through your base, through your root chakra, through your feet. Because today's transmission will be powerful cosmic frequencies from the Orion beings. Very, very, very high frequency. And it will blast your field So you need to hold on to the ground, hold on to Mother Earth. So right now, imagine that your feet are like a tree trunk, and from those trunks sprout roots. And with every breath in, those roots are expanding further and further. And they're not just growing deep, they're growing wide, like a solid big tree, like a big system of roots. And with every breath in, you taking in clean energy from Gaia, supporting you in receiving this beautiful transmission of Orion language to your system, to your body. And I'm not sure what is going to come through in just a second. I am going to open in and channel whatever they want me to pass on to you. But please know that it's going to be sent with love. It's going to be sent with light. It's going to be sent with pure intentions. And now, as I'm saying it, I can already feel the presence. And actually, this question that came about some call to arms before and about some protest and shutting down the economy. Well, I feel like today's transmission and the upgrade will be to shift you to a state of unity beyond division, because on a cellular level, on a deep, deep, deep level, we are all a part of the same fabric of the universe. So this transmission will be a healing transmission, but it will also be shifting you into this deep sense of understanding of our interconnectedness. So you can see your fellow human being as a reflection of who you are and not as an opponent, not as an enemy. But in the meantime, you also receive powerful upgrades to your own genetic expression. Things will start falling into place. There will be healing therapeutic frequencies that will smooth over anything in your body that is maybe firing up unnecessarily, and will activate what needs to be activated. I'm going to trust this frequency from Orions, who are the masters of DNA, to do what is designed to do with the intention of the highest good of each single individual and of all of us as a collective. So without further ado, here comes Orion language. Take deep breaths, breathe in through that transmission, and simply open yourself up to receive beyond the sound and straight from the frequency of it. That's it. Took a breath to take some more, but I'm feeling like this coded transmission, this coded energetic transfer is now complete. Honestly, my conscious mind still can't catch up, and neither can my breath. But please know that whatever you've received will start working on your field, on aligning everything that's inside. Orion frequencies are very powerful for anti-aging as well. And they have beautiful, beautiful applications. So you can come back to it whenever you need it. I feel like it's this fire inside, that frequency is really shifting us into, on one hand side, a state of, wow, fired up and being active. On the other hand side, extreme calm. So if that was your first experience of Orion language, please send the Orions big, 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 big heart, big love from your heart, big energetic signature of gratitude to seal this transmission. And please know that this is now complete. This is now done. I'm sending gratitude and appreciation for this energetic transfer and for the fact that I could be the conduit for it. And just take a few deep breaths. Let this frequency settle in. And when you're ready, you can let me know in the chat how that felt for you, how you've experienced that. It is a very, very, very different language to any of the other ones. Super fast. I just feel like something really shifted by me just channeling it, and I hope you could feel that resonance. Christine says, wowza, yeah, it was fire. Thank you very much, says Christy Allen, says thank you. Well, it's one of them, like, oh, holy hell, what has just happened? Christy said, I've been speaking Orion, that didn't realize it. Amazing. I mean, yeah, I remember that when you discovered. But yeah, Orion is one of them languages where a lot of starseeds who do have that language really then think that I'm just making it up, because it's so different. It's our conscious mind kicking in, and that's very often with light language activations. That's what happened. A couple of people here on TikTok said, "Dang, I missed it." Well, you have missed it on TikTok, but don't worry, it's also on YouTube. It's being recorded, so you can head straight to YouTube and you can replay it and you can really enjoy it. Christine says, "I visioned balls of light passing through me into the earth." That's amazing. And Megan says, really started to see an infinite symbol in my third eye, and then moments of stretching my spine and lifting. Thank you. Wow. Yeah, the physical upgrade. I feel like definitely that's the Orion's specialism. It's like every light beings, every light race has specialism, and Orion's is mastery of DNA, but also AI and technology, but in a good way. They've got a lot of wisdom over that. Renee said, I felt a balance taking place between my mission fire and finally surely supported calm. That's it. Christy says, I was seeing the violet flame. How amazing. Yeah, I just felt this fiery energy. I can almost still feel it inside me. So thank you so much for today's participation and for your open-mindedness to receive the Orion language. Join me in for the free class on Thursday, quantum technology. Also consider sharing this transmission forward with any groups, tagging any friends, so that they can experience it too, and that we can spread this high vibration of love, of unity, of really fulfilling our full potential here as humans and also being as one. So thank you so much for today. I'll see you tomorrow with another transmission. Actually, before you go, who can guess what the light language for tomorrow? Because for those of you who just joined or don't know, I'm doing those transmissions for 13 days on the run up to the start of the new edition of Light Language course. And this is starting next Thursday. Today is I believe, day 4. So who can stretch the psychic senses and guess what language we've got tomorrow? Any guesses what language we will be receiving tomorrow? Okay, couple of people, 3 guesses for Arcturians. One is Zeta. I don't channel Zeta. Lyronavian, no, it's not that. Not that. Any TikTokers want to have a guess? Lyrans, no. We'll have Lyrans. They're coming, but not tomorrow. Neither are Arcturians. Saving the best for last. Tomorrow we're gonna have a different language. I'm waiting for someone to guess it before I give you any hints. It's going to be not a galactic language. Maybe that will kind of help you guess. Dragons? No, Renee, it's not going to be dragons. Andromedan? With red? No, it's not going to be Andromedan. Mayan? No, it's not going to be Mayan. Lemurian? Lemurian was yesterday. It's going to be the Atlantean language tomorrow. So that's, yeah, Birdie says Atlantean. Yes. It's going to be Atlantean language. So tomorrow I'll see you at the same time, 8 a.m. Mountain Time, same time on TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook with Atlantis language. So let's see what the Atlanteans have to give to us. It's going to be amazing. I don't often speak Atlantean. I don't work with Atlantean energy. I do work with Atlantean energy with a lot of my business clients because it's a great energy for execution, great energy for confidence. So I work with Atlantean energy a lot in my private sessions, but not very often in public transmissions. So it's going to be another one of them new things for you. So I hope to see you all tomorrow. And as I said, if you enjoyed this transmission, consider paying it forward and sharing with someone who may enjoy it too. Thank you so much, and I'll see you tomorrow.